We're in Jonkershoek Stellenbosch today, and we're trying to find out the answer to the big question. Which is faster, 100mm bike or 120mm bike? Obviously, I'm talking XC and marathon setup here. The test method, we've 2 flying laps of a 2.8 kilometer track. 35% of that is single track. It's mildly technical single track, the kind of single track you're going to find on a typical XC marathon racetrack in South Africa. The descent is 900 meters long. The flat is 750 meters long. The climb is 1.1 Ks, and the current comm holder there is Nino Schurter. Nino, you don't have to worry about your comm today. In terms of actual metrics for the test, we're going to use time, we're going to use average heart rate, and we're using Strava to measure everything. Promise that I will absolutely bury myself in this test. It will be, for those of you familiar with heart rate, it'll be zone 5, absolute flat box, as hard as I can go. And I promise you I'm going to taste blood in the back of my throat. I'm going to ride the RS, the 100mm bike first, and I'm going to ride the 120mm bike about half an hour, 45 minutes later, after I've recovered a little bit. Okay, so shout out to Titan Racing, who've lent us a Cypher, which is a 120mm bike, and the Cypher RS, which is a 100mm bike, both XC marathon bikes, pretty identical chassis. Shout out to them for letting us use the bikes for this comparison. I'm just going to take you through the 120. So it's dropper post enabled. It has a dropper post. It's a SRAM GX build. It's Vittoria 235 tires. It's about 1 kilogram heavier than the RS, which is the pure race version. Most of that weight's in the dropper post and in the tires, but also in the build kit a little. They both have, inside the main frame, water bottle mounts. They both have flip chips, so you can alter the head angle. Speaking of which, I've got them both set up on the slack setting. So the 120 is a 67.5 head angle. The 100mm bike is a 68.5 head angle. The weight exactly 11.47, 12.52. We've got a riser bar on the 120 bike, a flat bar on the 100mm bike, and then it's 235 Vittorias versus 225 Vittoria Barzos. So that's pretty much the difference. The bikes are very, very similar. I've got them set up the same in terms of sag. They're set up the same in terms of PSI on the tires. I'm a stickler for all that kind of stuff. They're both super capable bikes, but these are the bikes we're using for 100 versus 120mm comparison. So just a little bit on the ride feel. The RS is it's a 100mm bike. It's super sprightly. It's really quick on the climbs. You're not playing with a dropper post. You're just immediately on the climb. You're in the climbing position. You're just stomping away on the climb. On the descents, the 100mm bike, when it gets technical, you're riding a lot more cautious. You know, you've got the seat really high and the bars are flat and low, and you've got 225 tires on, so you're holding back a little on the descent to stay safe. The 120mm bike, you can feel there's a little bit more rubber underneath you. The 235 width on the Vittorias you can feel it. There's a bit more compliance on the trail. The bike's a little softer on the small bumps, and the riser bars put you in a slightly higher position, which you do feel a little bit on the climb. And the big thing really is the dropper post. The dropper post is a game changer on a technical trail, but it does carry weight, so you've got to decide. You know, that's the trade-off of the dropper post. The 120 bike is far more capable than, like, I've always loved 120/29ers, but the truth is that they're actually, against the clock, they're far more capable than what I thought. So pretty much just looking at these times, like where the difference really comes in is not on the flats. I mean, on the flats I was 4 seconds slower on the 120mm bike. That's over roughly 4 minutes. On the full lap, as I said, times are the same. The difference is on the climb and the descent, and it's pretty even. On the climb, I lost, what is that? Just under 30 seconds on the 120mm bike. So that's over 13 minutes of climbing. I lost 30 seconds on the 120mm bike. But then on the descent, I was 33 seconds or so, 33 seconds or so faster on the 120mm bike. So that's 4 minutes of descending, and I was 33 seconds faster. So definitely the 120 bike, even though it's 1 degree slacker in the head angle, I think the bigger difference comes from the riser bars and the dropper post. You could just attack a little bit more on the descent. So, I mean, that's where the difference is. The difference is the climb and the descent. We all knew that, but the difference is less than I thought it was going to be. Cool. So the bottom line is you want to know which one is for you, and you know, the reality is who are you, and that's how you decide. So I think if you are wanting to stay in the top 15% of your age category and racing is a priority for you, and whether it's XC or marathon racing, you're wanting to move up the rankings, then the RS, the race spec 100mm bike, is without a doubt the one for you. If you are kind of serious about racing, want something that's a little more versatile, might do some technical trails from time to time, then definitely the 120 is a bike for you. It's safer for newbie mountain bikers. It's really fast. You know, if you're looking for part-time racing, not really concerned on where you finish, but you want to be able to get through the day, I'd say that the 120mm, the Cypher, is the one to choose. But the bottom line is they're both great bikes. They're both really fast. So lastly, give us a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. We're going to do more comparisons like this in the future. And big shout out to MTO Trails, Jonkershoek and Bennett Nell for helping us get access, and obviously Titan Racing for the bikes for the day. Cheers.